Yeah, we will start, sir, now. Yeah, we will start now. Can we start now? I think you have muted and you have to unmute. Respected speaker of today's afternoon, session 2, Dr. S.S. Bora, scientist B, ICRI, RRS Spice Board, Jordan, Sikkim. And sir, this is our 16th webinar under the Project Institution Development Plan. This project is more focusing on the students to learn more about entrepreneurship. And even after the graduation, they can go for like entrepreneurship, startup, and different kind of thing. So we have chosen the ideal topic that is spice, because it is in the region is rich in spice, a lot of spice tree from the pepper and from the even from the trees, and even ginger, turmeric, and so on. Got a lot of value and medicinal value. So to promote this product to the because the gingers from even northeasterns are very high yielding crops, and to market it and to start up, and we have focused this one. This is our 16th webinar. We are conducting various aspects, and this is the first one we were conducting for spice. So, sir, so dear participant, before going to further, I would like to read the biodata of Dr. S.S. Bora, Scientist B, Department of Entomology, ICRI, RRS, Spice Board, Sikkim. He has completed MSc PhD in Agriculture Entomology from Assam Agriculture University, Jorhat, and also processes Master of Business Administration from Sikkim, Manipal University, Sikkim. Professional career, having 10 years of experience in working as a extension official in Coffee Board and Spice Board under the Ministry of Commerce, Government of India, and worked for development of coffee and spice in NER region. At present, working as a scientist B under Spice Board in Indian Cardamom Research Institute with 5 years of experience in spice research, especially in large cardamom. Research experience, specialization of research in the field of natural resource management, and also MSc dissertation was entitled Biology of Cotesia flavipes and Kylo species and many others. Okay, and he has guided the students. Presently engaged as a principal investigator in one institutional project entitled Study on Capsule Border of Large Cardamom, and one collaborative project with Assam Agriculture University titled Study of Nematode Infesting Large Cardamom, and 3 different projects as a co-principal investigator in ICRI, RRS, Jordan, Sikkim. So dear participant, we have a wonderful speaker, rich in experience in spice. So I request everyone to be attentive, and if you have any clarification, you can just write your questions in the chat box. So now this is the time you can start your presentation.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to interact with such a lively audience. I am S. Sasanka Bora, working in Spices Board since 2008, and today I got this opportunity to deliver a lecture on planning of organic farming of spices, as requested by one of our friend, Dr. Rajiv. And I thank you, the Dean College of Horticulture and Forestry, for giving me this opportunity to share my experience in spices sector with the distinguishing audience. So at first, I'm just going to deliver what the planning we have to do for organic farming of spices. So what are the steps actually we have to follow for organic farming of spices? People used to always ask, how to become an organic farmer? There is simple 3 steps: collect information, try out the most promising practices on small scale, and implement the organic practices in entire farm. These are the simple funda actually. So next is, where from we will get the information on organic agriculture. Nowadays, internet is there, then radio, video, books and information, then training and sharing experience with the other farmers which are already involved in organic farming. Next, actually, I am coming right now to the main basic core things, that is spices. What is actually spices? Spices is a dried seed, food, root, bark, leaf, or vegetative substances used for in nutritionally insignificant quantities, means very less amount, as a food additive for the purpose of flavor, color, or as a preservative. And apart from it, they are having many uses, like in medicine, they are using religious rituals, cosmetics, perfumery industries, and eating as vegetable also. But the thing is, to be a spices, it has to be processed. Otherwise, it is used as called as condiments usually. So spices are grouped actually either dried fruit or seeds like fennel, mustard, black pepper, arils, that nutmeg, mace, bark, cinnamon and cassia, dried buds, cloves, stigmas, saffron, the world's highest costliest that spice. Roots are and rhizome, turmeric, ginger, and galanji, and resin is asafoetida, we know as a hing. So first we come to know that the history of use of spices. There are lots of in literature we are getting lots of information about the use of spices. In 500,000 BC, in the Indian epic Ramayana, mention about cloves. 2000 BC, before Christ, Egyptian people, they used to embleming using spices, mainly the cinnamon. And for an embleming means they are mummifying their bodies using cinnamon and others medicinal herbs. In 1400 BC, trade routes established across Asia, because during that time, whatever the spices that are mostly going from China or Indian, this subcontinent. So a route is established, and Venice is the province where is the main route which are through which the spices are routing. In 1400 BC, Greek uses the spices as medicine and food, and it used to be informed that that Nero, one the famous Roman emperor, who used 1 year's total cinnamon while burning here the body of his wife, beloved wife, at her death. That is the use in Greek also. In 1000 BC, Roman emperor had widespread the use of spices, but during 641 to 1096, there is a dark age and European use of spices reduced. In 1096 of AD, spices again rediscovered by Europeans, and 1400, what happened? Because of the Venice, the province where the through spices are en routing, they are levied lots of imposing lots of taxes on it, and as a result, the Europeans, they search for new route, and as a result, the famous Portuguese navigator Vasco da Gama, who sailed to India and reaches Calicut in 1499, it is because of spices. And it was mentioned at the discovery of New World. And from that, 1606 to 1796, Dutch means Portuguese, they worldwide, they dominated the spices trading. And after that, East India Company overtook it, and slowly we know what is happening nowadays. The history of spices trade, as I already mentioned, that it is around Vedas, also in Ramayana, it is 6000 BC, it is there. And Pyramid 2000, they are using mummifying. And Greek uses spices for medicinal purpose by 40 and 90 AD. And slowly up to 1600 to 1900 AD, France, Netherlands, and Portugal, they are using spices in different way. Now, why India is called as land of spices? As we all know that everybody must be aware that India is called as land of spices, because why? India is producing around 75 spices out of 109 spices listed in the ISO. The history of spices in India dates back to the beginning of human civilization, actually. Although spices are produced all over the world, leading spices producing country which are in Brazil is in pepper, Indonesia in pepper, clove, nutmeg, mace, ginger, Malaysia pepper, Vietnam pepper, star anise and cinnamon, China pepper, and Sri Lanka pepper and cinnamon. But not a single country, what India is producing around 75, not a single country is producing this vast amount of spices. That's India is a spices are in the basket of India, actually. And India is the largest producer, consumer, as well as exporter of the spices in the world. If we see the production statistics, then we can find that India, among all the spices, India and China is the main leading countries, top producers. And India almost holds first rank in chili, ginger, turmeric, coriander, cardamom, nutmeg, mace production. While in garlic production, it is second ranking. And market share, already I mentioned that India is the leading exporter. So world market share also, India is leading, and it is between 1 to 78%. And if we see the top exporter and share in world market scenario of the whatever the total estimated market of spices, it is around 12 billion. And India and China is the top exporter. India is exporting around 21%. Major share is from India, followed by China 12%, and others 28%. Other countries, the small countries, they are different type of spices they are exporting. And Indonesia is third, holding around 9% of world spices market. So if we see the trend and area and production of spices in India, and we will see that almost the area is almost stable, but the production is going from higher to higher. If you see the area in 2012-13, it is around 3.2 million hectare. Now it is 3.5 million hectare in 2016-17, and production is around 7.1 million ton. So what India's spices industry is produce 60 lakh MT of spices, exporting spices over 160 countries, 3,000 registered exporters, 400 manufacturer exporter, 100 exporter contribute over 80% of exports, 98 unit have house laboratory, and 18 spices house certificate holders. To get spices exported, actually quality mark is one, that is spices house certificate. European Union, they recognize this spices house certificate obtained from Spices Board, actually. And what is the progress? If you see the progress of spices in 2005-06, it is 0.5 billion, means 22,295 crores. And now in 2013-20, there is a target of 10 billion US dollar, but we reach up to around 4 billion US dollar right now at present, because most of the spices whatever produced, almost 90% of the spices produced in India are consumed in domestically. So now I come into the type of agriculture, that organic or inorganic, traditional, all these things. That what is the traditional actually? Traditional agriculture is the farming method before agrochemicals, high yielding varieties and machines have been introduced. That is our age-old practices. What our forefather before Green Revolution, they used to do this traditional agriculture without any chemicals, without high yielding varieties. After that, actually, with Saminathan Norin engine, we know all this story of wheat, Chunalika, and all this came, how the things are changing. So next is conventional agriculture, that green evolution, what monoculture of high yielding varieties use chemical fertilizer, pesticide. Then came sustainable agriculture, a group of agriculture system which is not clearly defined, but the aim is to sustainable use of land as well as whatever our things to produce, so that in future also we can get as a production without hampering our mother nature. Now come to the point of organic agriculture. What is organic agriculture? It is based on agroecological principle, focuses on soil fertility, plant health, no use of agrochemicals. And another part of that is biodynamic agriculture. It is a type of agriculture, organic agriculture, including spiritual dimensions, Agni-hotra and biodynamic preparation with light of that stars and all these nakshatras. They're biodynamic 501, 506, like that. And another one is integrated production, that is improved conventional agriculture using reduced amount of chemical fertilizer or pesticide. That means judicious use. So this is the farming trend actually. Traditional agriculture, we have to increase our production because we are increasing with our population and we have to feed the people and to hungry people at that time. So chemical farming coming means conventional farming. Then after that sustainable food production came, then we are coming to now it's an organic farming. So what is actually how it came? It's a urea, DAP, chemical pesticide. They are indiscriminately used chemical pesticide and fertilizer and pesticide for crops. Ultimately, in order to get that treat sustainable agriculture and high input cost, health hazard it cost, and pollution, it's a major bottleneck in this whatever conventional agriculture. Then people and farmers become conscious and they started adopting organic farming, means without any kinds of agrochemicals. And what is the advantages? They realized that at first the production is not increasing, but slowly it is reaching up to a level where they can subsistence their production and their income. Then consumer also demand more and more regarding organic produce. It is a trend actually. Trend is coming that how people can increase their production. How people can, because purchasing power and all these things are increasing. Now people are more health conscious and they are going for organic production, organic demand, organic production produced. And the volume of trade slowly increasing. And as a result, certification system came into existence. At first, what happened? At the time, the people, they assembled together to meeting, set up organic standard because there was no proper standard. Still now there is changes are taking place. So what are the input there to be used? What are the exclude? All these things, still it is going on. And it is producer and consumer initiated the development of organic standard first in Britain. Then how organic standard and regulation come? In 1946, Soil Association Great Britain was found to develop organic standard. In 1917 too, International Federation of Organic Agriculture Movement was established, which already mentioned by our doctor, previous speaker. That in 1989, IFOM Basic Standard was approved at its General Assembly. In 1990, United States Organic Food Production Act was developed. In 1991, European Union established basic regulation for organic product. And 1999, Codex Alimentarius Commission adopted organic guidelines for production, processing, labeling, and marketing of organic products. 2000 in India launched national program for organic production, and 2001 spices guidelines also included in Codex Alimentarius, and 2001 NPOP notified by Ministry of Commerce and Industry under Foreign Trade Development Regulation Act, and Spices Board, Coffee Board, Tea Board, EPIDA, Rubber Board, all are accrediting agency under Ministry of Commerce for in case of organic product. Now I am coming to what is actually organic farming. It is an ecological production management system that promote and enhance biodiversity, biological cycle, and soil biological activity. It based on minimal use of off-farm input. Point to be noted, that is off-farm input, and on management practices that restore, maintain, and enhance ecological harmony. So our main emphasis on organic farming is to restore, maintain, and enhance ecological harmony. So everybody is nowadays telling that Northeast is an organic hub, Northeast is an organic hub. And if we see total area under organic cultivation in India, about 2.2 million hectares in 2019-2020. It includes the conversion also and already cultivated also, and cultivated as well as forest area also under organic. What is the actually basic information that in Northeast is by default organic? Whether it is organic by default is, we can say it is a chemical free. It is not by default. We cannot say that it is organic. To get a organic, we have to get certified. So slowly I am coming. SWOT analysis, if we do organic agriculture in Northeast India, strength is we are usually use less use of chemicals. Now Sikkim is completely 100% organic. Prior to it, Nagaland is the mini state which is consuming less agrochemicals in whole country. Then small land holding. Why small land holding? Small land holding, it is easier to manage the cropping pattern as well as the farm. Then abundant natural resources, preservation of traditional varieties and species, whatever we are doing in Northeast, we are preserving actually. And nature's harmony, it is most important. In Northeast, it is abundantly available. Higher return per unit of input applied. Now, still now people used to say, if we throw a seed in Northeast, soil of Northeast, it will come and flourish like anything. And changing farmers' nature source. And what are the weakness actually? Poor management, production and processing. We don't have any production proper guidelines as well as processing. Then low R&D investment in organic research. In organic research, we are very limited. Only 12th plan onwards, it is started. But still, we are having lots of lacuna in this line. Lack of strategy for developing organic markets. Still, we are not getting proper infrastructure for organic market, because without segmentizing, we will not get proper remuneration on what we are producing. And insect pest problem is another problem where it is very difficult to manage with organic way. Then high cost of and low availability of in-quality input materials, as well as low negligible available organic seeds. It is another one most important thing. Then opportunity for organic product will get premium price. People used to say that it is organic, so some chemical free, they are selling it as a organic. So growing health awareness, people are very aware about their health, that they are telling that if I am taking the chemical pesticide sprayed vegetable, I will get sick. Then reduce heavy subsidies on food and fertilizer. Nowadays, slowly that subsidy is coming down. And high export earning. If we can go for export, then it will get more remuneration. High biomass potential, because biomass is recycling is really necessary. Low level of use of inorganic chemicals in these regions, and market avenue for engineers and the higher end people. Treat costly and complex organic certification process. It is one of the most important thing. Lack of infrastructure, facilities and certifying bodies. Here we are not having own. In Northeast, we don't have own certifying agency like Uttarakhand, they are having Usaka, and Karnataka they are having, but we are not having anything. Then only export regulated organic market, because as such if I am going for buying, then I will buy the cheapest things, what maybe it is with chemical, because our purchasing power is less compared to other part, and low awareness about organic inputs. We are not getting proper inputs, and we don't have idea where we'll get. Most of the fields are contagious and problem of contamination, because with contagious block, if somebody is using fertilizer or chemical, it will drift away to our plot, means that will be difficult for managing. Then perennial and wilt problem. Weed is a biggest problem in Northeast, and livestock fodder problem. To be organic farming, for a successful organic farmer, we have a livestock in our farm so that we can get recycled our nutrients. And fodder problem for livestock is also a bigger problem. Then what is organic certification actually? This is organic certification is based on continuance, and their certified program should only certify production which likely to maintain on a long-term basis. Means today I am saying that I am by default organic, it is not the organic product. First, we have to go follow some steps, and these steps we have to go for get the organic certification. Then only we can tell that yes, I am organic producer or organic certifying product I am producing in my farm. So basic step is application. First, we have to go for application and agreement with some organization which are doing certification and all these things. Registration we have to do. Then documentation, proper documentation. Where we failed in Northeast is documentation. We are not documenting anything in our farm. Whatever the farm activity we are doing in the farm. That is ICS management system. It is internal control system that will deliver by other speaker. I have seen the topic. Then come to internal inspection. Whatever the agency we are coming into the agreement, they will do inspection in our farm. Then online submission of farm data to TraceNet. TraceNet is a process internet-based system through which we can get the information. We have to upload whatever the work we are attending in our farm, and it will be available to public domain, means the domain of other people who are going to buy your product from your farm. Then external audit, sometimes from other agency, apart from your agreement, the agency with whom you have agreement, other external agency will come and verify whether you are strictly following the organic norms or not. Then certification decision, then only they will give the certification, and that is the scope certification. It's a long process actually. And what is the benefit of organic certification? The benefit of organic certification, the organic labels actually and certified marks of helps the consumer to identify the organic product, which as an important marketing tool. Northeast product, we are saying that chemical free, we don't have any logo, any marks and certification that we are organic. To get organic logo, label or certification, we have to go for this certification process, and it will definitely give in the market some importance about our product. Organic certification build trust among the consumer and organic operators. It will create a trust, and that yes, this is the right product, right organic product, and achieve better price as compared to conventional products. Small buyers and connect small and marginal farmers to global market. That will come slowly in later part. Now I am coming to area under organic farming in Northeast state in 2019-20. From APIDA statistics, it is in Sikkim, almost whole country is organic declared, and it is around till now it is 75,717 hectares under organic. And Arunachal Pradesh, 10,657 hectares, Assam 26,753 hectares, Nagaland 14,255 hectares, Meghalaya 45,382 hectares, Manipur 12,990 hectares, Mizoram 10,030 hectares, and Tripura 3,539 hectares. This includes the conversion period, means whatever it is under the process of organic, that area also included, and it's a wholesome organic farming area in Northeast. At present, where India stands actually in 2019-20 till now, the present export organic product export is 6,38,998 tons, and export value is 4,686 crores. It is less than $1 billion. and spices export till now, organic spices, is 8,653.30 tons, and export value is only 24 crores. That means it is a very meager in the world market and world scenario. Industry estimated that the size of global organic spices at current level is $750 million to $1 billion, means 4,000, around 6,000 crores. So what is the projection actually? Why we have to go for organic? The projection indicated by that by 2025, the Indian organic food business can be worth of 75,000 crores. A manifold growth from the current level if industry can develop both export and domestic market. And it is estimated that it will generate 12,500 crores of income per annum for the farmers and impacting around 5 million farmers families across about 6 million hectares. Another 1 million job can be created in rural and semi-urban areas, and India can also earn exchange of 50,000 crores per annum. And for your kind information, India is having higher number of organic farmer compared to any other part in the world. By area, Australia is the highest area under organic, and by farmers, number of farmers, India is the highest number of farmers in organic sector. So if we see the future prospect of demand of organic spices, it is growing annually by 5 to 7%. So what is the why we want to go for organic? Any difference if we see that in Indian retail local market itself, the turmeric powder in conventional it is 256 rupees and organic 400 rupees. There is a premium of 56%, and ginger powder around 1,000 rupees in organic and premium of 79. Chili powder around 105% premium price we are getting while going for organic. So what is the constraints actually? Otherwise, everybody will go for that organic. That what is the constraints? The constraints is non-availability of organic farm inputs, low productivity in conversion period, high cost of organic certification, marketing arrangement, premium obtained not reaching the farmers. These high cost of organic certification, market arrangement, these are the basic loophole in organic farming right now. Now coming to the implementing of organic practices, how we can go for organic practices? That people are asking when you are going for organic, your crop and animals look healthy because they are not going for chemical pesticide related foods and consuming all these things, and as well as crop is also looking healthy apparently, and provide good farm because we provide good farm own feed livestock, grow crop in the plant rotation, and grow different crop together, recycling plant material and animal manure to make compost. And I have already mentioned that whatever the first one criteria is, we have to reduce the dependence on off-farm product. Means from our other source, we need not to bring and use in our organic farming. We have to recycle our resources in order to produce more. Then I already it is so mentioned that conversion period is from transition period from conventional to organic, and during this period actually we are drastically reduce the production, and for that things we need to go for crop rotation, intercropping, growing nitrogen fixing legume, and integration of animal. I have already mentioned that farm animals are the most important component of this organic farming. Then manure application in fodder we have to produce for the farm. If we are bringing the fodder from outsource and it is not organic, then our whole system will be collapsed, then it will not be organic. To be organic, our products are fodder also to be organic, and manure should be also organic. Then precaution what to be taken. What actually conventional farmers are doing, they are farmers using chemicals and chemical pesticide to kill weeds and that pests and diseases. So we have to reduce, as I have already in pros and constraints SWOT analysis, I have shown that conventional farming, while they are using, they are contagious, so contamination chance will be there. To reduce the contamination chance, we have to go for buffer zone. and buffer zone with haze and serving and buffer haze and other growth crop which can act as a buffer between two plot, that conventional agriculture and organic agriculture. And the farmer who is doing organic agriculture, he should request the conventional that don't apply in the nearby the border, so that my farm will not be chemical will not be drifted to my farm. And stop using the high input external fertilizer. Use only farm in compost and green manure instead. Now come to the selection of the crop. What we have to select for organic farming, from manure, from livestock fodder to everything, that crop fed by animals well, that legume fodder crop, good fodder grasses and legumes, then crops fed the soil. Actually that soil, there are some crops which are recycling the nutrients, and fast growing legume crops mix into the soil, then it will enhance the soil nutrient status and productivity also. That already mentioned by a previous speaker. Then free to create favorable microclimate, because microclimate is most necessary for that one, for ecosystem balance, and crop to feed my family and sell in the market. What are there in the Northeast in spices basket? Actually, if we say in the Northeast, we are having large cardamom, Amomum subulatum we know, then ginger, then turmeric, chili, black pepper, teaspat, and cinnamon. Of course, teaspat and cinnamon, till now it is a wild harvest only. Cinnamon, it is Cinnamomum cassia, and not that true cinnamon, that Ceylon cinnamon. And we are cultivating now large cardamom, turmeric, black pepper, chili, and ginger in Northeast. These are the spices basket actually. So selection of the planting material, for that one we have to go for use organic seed. Put buffer zone. Avoid planting same crop as your neighbors are doing if they potentially grow GM crop. And practice wide crop rotation. Crop rotation is one of the most important thing for organic farming. And it is also important for our spices growing, annually grown spices like ginger and turmeric. Otherwise, disease load and pest load, all these things will increase. Now come to the nutrient management during this organic, that we have to go for, as I mentioned, that farmyard manure and neem cake, then coffee husk, animal that products, other byproducts, whatever we can use, like that cow urine, then and cow dung, all the Is it audible right now? Hello.
It's audible, sir.
Okay. Can I
Yeah, it's
continue? Then?
audible.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, continue.
Then we can, another one point is the water conservation. We have to go for water conservation properly to maintain our proper plant growth and soil status. During the dry period, crops are depending on the moisture supply of the soil, and soil organic matter acts as a soil storage of water, just like sponge. So you, as much as you are going for applying organic matter, it will act as a water conservation agent. Then go for shallow digging. Shallow digging means don't go for that cutting the this one, not damage the soil structure, so that it will help in maintaining the soil micro pores properly and retain the soil moisture. In case of some crops, their shallow digging is doing to cut down the micro pores in the soil, so that proper moisture conservation will take place, and apply mulch plant cover to crop to reduce evaporation and increase infiltration. Infiltration. Shallow digging in the dry topsoil helps to reduce the dry up of the soil layer in the beneath. Means if sun is directly falling on the bare soil, then evaporation and transpiration loss from the soil will be more. The evaporation will be more, and it will hamper the plant product growth. Then another one is soil conservation method. We have to adopt it. That are protect the soil from sun and rain, what I have already mentioned. Dig the terraces on the to retain the soil and water, because as we know, in Northeast we are having very little area under plains, and almost it is having hilly region. And if we go not maintain proper terrace and retain the soil and water, terracing is done for retaining soil and water, otherwise it will be flow away with the rainwater during the rainy days. So ultimately we will lose the topsoil and productive soil. So we have to go for that soil conservation measures. And another one is to make compost to improve acidic and saline soil. You know that whatever the compost and organic matter we are adding to the soil, it actually acts as a buffering agent, which if low pH is low, then it can bring to the soil to reach a pH in the buffer. Buffer means we know that around 6 to 7 we get proper plant can uptake proper nutrition from the soil. If it is below 5, then what happens? Phosphorus and potash and other micronutrients, they get absorbed to the soil colloids, and plant cannot uptake all these things. If we apply that compost and all these things, then it will act as a buffer, and that will be released to the plants and make it available. And produce plant biomass to feed the soil. That biomass mix means green manure in situ. You have heard properly all this concept while going for agriculture, while in your course, that that plant biomass you can mix incorporate to the soil, which will enhance the soil fertility level. Then pest and disease management. Another main problem of pest and disease management in organic agriculture, it is first is we have to go for the maintain of soil health. If soil is healthy, plant is healthy, then maintain a healthy crop. Plant is healthy, then they can sustain to some extent the infection of pest and diseases. And go for natural pesticide. Natural pesticide, like we can go for natural pesticide like neem oil, then garlic extract, then chili and garlic extract, then korangi oil, then other whatever the bioagents. There are lots of bioagents are also there, like Pseudomonas fluorescens, Bacillus subtilis, then Trichoderma viridis. All are natural pesticide which can help in reduction of pest and disease management if we are taking in a proper way, or apply in the right time in a prophylactic way. Also promote the natural predator. So in some cases what happened, that natural predator always use, we know what parasite and all these things, the natural predator and parasite available in the ecosystem. And if we go for will natural compared to the chemical one, natural parasitoid and predators which feed upon the pests, actually insect pests. That's the way they can control the pest and diseases, actually, most of the things. Monitor to maintain the proper hygiene, proper phytosanitization of the field. We have to monitor our field as well as crop regularly at a regular interval. Just we should not think that once we have planted, it will bear into the fruiting, and at that time we will go and harvest. It should not be the approach for organic farming. And use of suitable varieties as well as healthy seeds for particular area. It is, every crop is not grown in every agroclimatic zone, so we have to go for suitable crop as well as suitable varieties for growing in the particular area. Then another aspect is the weed management. Weed management depend upon how can we can manage the weed. Is we can see the planting time. We can adjust the planting time according to so that there will be minimum competition between weed and our main crop, as well as balanced fertilizations. We have to go for balanced nutrient application in the soil so that the plant can uptake most of the amount. And then cleaning with tools means, so we are using the many tools which can be used for cleaning instead of going for chemical application for controlling the weed. Then soil tillage, minimum tillage, we have to do mulching and all these things. Crop rotation will enhance reduce the weed, and it is how we can manage the weed. Then harvesting and post-harvest processes. The timing, harvest and drying is one of the most important. Then proper threshing, cleaning, and removal of the whatever the other trace materials, as well as whatever the left out byproduct we have to leave. And harvest during dry weather, and storing to remove the damage, sorting to remove the damaged parts of the whatever we are producing, because we mix with the damaged one, then it will spoil our healthy crops also. The proper packaging and storaging of the ground, and while packaging and storing, we have to see that it is moisture absorption will not take place, and it should be in some Danish type, means platform, so that it will not come contact directly to the soil as well as other other parts. And proper structure for storing. If you go to the FCI Godam, if you will see all the rice are kept in the Danish, means wooden platform, so that it will directly not come into the contact with the soil. Then another one is important, is leveling, handling, and packaging. So if we in the first photograph, if you see that it is open, so nowadays which are health conscious people, they are not going to purchase this type of product from the open. They are always preferring to the product with proper packaging, and proper packaging actually enhance the shelf life of the product also. So accordingly, a proper leveling, handling, and packaging is required for attracting the people, as well as the increase the keeping quality of your product. Then leveling with organic logo. Why organic logo is required? Actually, it is act as a attraction to the buyers, as well as it will give confidence to the buyers that it is organically certified, properly proper organic product. And that's why that agencies are certifying. There are lots of agencies that will be dealt by other speaker in later part, I think. So I'm not going into the deep of these things. Then now come to the organic spices cultivation in northeastern part. What I told already, that large cardamom, black pepper, ginger, chili, and turmeric, we can go in our fried in different parts, like cinnamon fried in Tripura. Then other spices like bay leaf also they tried, means tejpata also tried, but cinnamon and bay leaf, I already mentioned that it is mostly forest product. Now I am coming to the large cardamom. It is Emomum subulatum, and it is under Gingivaceae family. The main component is volatile oil, that 1,8-chenol and alpha type terpenyl acetate, and it is why it is using as a carminative, stomatic, diuretic, improve eyesight, strengthen nervous system. Now I am coming to the things that in if you see that large cardamom is to believe that it is originated in Sikkim, and now Sikkim is the highest area in India, followed by Arunachal and Nagaland. And these are the three states mostly cultivating a large cardamom in northeastern state. And highest production is from Sikkim. It is around 4,000 ton, and then followed by Arunachal around 2,000 ton, and Nagaland is around 1,600 MT. And another one part in West Bengal, Darjeeling and Kalimpong district of West Bengal, there also it is cultivated. And neighboring country Nepal and Bhutan, they are cultivating this Amomum subulatum. And if we see the world market, then India is the highest producer as well as consumer, but Nepal is the highest exporter. Whatever the products is produced in Nepal, almost 90% is coming to India. And other country, Bhutan is producing whatever they are producing, mostly they are sending directly to the Bangladesh. And India, from India, the whole product is going out to Pakistan, then Saudi Arabia, then Gulf countries, and USA and other countries. So this large cardamom, how they are doing, if we are going for that large cardamom, we have to multiply we have to get the planting unit. How we'll get in our organic system? Now in Sikkim we are getting two way. That is, one is propagation through seed, another one is propagation through sucker. That propagation through seed is actually what we are doing. We are collecting the seed from the mother clump, and proper ripened one we have collected, and we are separating the seed and husks. Then seed we are preparing for germination. For germination, we have to prepare the seed bed, and in seed bed we have to go for the seed sowing. And seed sowing is the seed that after sowing the seed, we have to mulch it properly, and regularly we have to water it. And after in Sikkim condition, mostly if we in the month of November, if we are putting in the seed bed, then it will germinate in the month of June only. But in case of Arunachal and Nagaland, it is coming little bit early. In the month of April itself, the seed emergence is taking place. From seed bed to this is primary seed bed, then we have to either go to polybag nursery or direct nursery. So polybag, it will take almost 2 years to ready to go to the main field. Means this year I am in the November, I am putting the seed, then next June I am transferring to the, it is 3 to 4 leaf stage, we are transferring to the polybag, either polybag, mostly polybag. Then we are in the next year we are going for secondary nursery, then only in the third year it is going to the main field. So it is taking too much time. So instead of that, we can go for propagation through sucker. Actually, this is by mistake, it is sucker actually. So propagation by sucker means what they are doing, it is a vegetative propagation. If the rhizome is the mother plant is free from any disease and pest, then we can go for this type of sucker multiplication. What we are doing there, we are making trenches, and with trenches we filled up with organic matter, cow dung compost and other organic matter. Then in a line we are planting in units. Units means I have already here, I have shown that this is the one planting unit with 2 bud and 2 mother this sucker and 1 small sucker. Then we are planting here one by one. Then we are putting some staking and all these things. And slowly within 1 year, it is ready for planting in the main field. So in between, we have to go for weeding and irrigation. We have to provide, and manuring also we have to do to get proper planting unit. Usually from one planting unit within a year, we are getting almost 5 to 7 planting unit for next year. But we have to consider that the main plant where from we are taking the sucker, it should be disease free and having good production. Then pit making and planting, we have to plan ahead, and we have to make the pit around 5 feet to 5 feet. And at the initiation of the rainy season, in the month of April, May, we have to go for digging the pit and open, keep the exposed to the sun, and so that the whatever the soil dwelling microbes as well as the insect, they can be eliminated. And thereafter we have to apply the cow dung as well as cow dung compost around 2 kg per pit, and we have to mix it thoroughly with the in the pit. And accordingly, after that, in the month of May to June, we have to go for main field plantation. And main field plantation, while we are doing, we have to consider one mother rhizome with one small sucker, and it can be planted here like that with one stacking. Why we are doing stacking? Stacking we are doing so that during the some rainy days, if we are not providing stacking, what will happen? The plant may lose here and there, plant may move here and there, and water may be deposited. Like here I have shown, water may be deposited in the nearby the base of the plant, and it will ultimately decay the rhizome, and it will not really develop. If we planting in May and June, then after that we have to go for what? Weeding, regular weeding we have to do, follow within 2 to 3 times based upon the weed density. Usually in the month of April, May, we are doing one weeding, and September, October, we are doing one weeding. And if in between, if the weed percentage growth is more in that particular area, then we can go repeat another one weeding. And we have to go use the compost or cow dung manure or other that organic inputs in a way surrounding the base, because whatever the foliage, its foliage is around, it will the root is proliferating up to the level, and it will, if we do properly this one round type, then after applying that cow dung and cow dung compost or farmyard manure, we have to mulch it properly so that it will be preserved and water also be conserved. And while doing for that one, yeah, I have shown it that these are the roots. Actually, these are the feeder roots from where the nutrient can be uptaken. So we have to apply in this portion. Next is we have to go for irrigation during the after October, November onwards, because at that time we are not getting rain for up to March month, and this drought the plant cannot sustain, and ultimately the plant may succumb to death in some cases. So how can we we can go for that irrigation? One is irrigation with flooded, like what I have shown here. Then another one is we can go for some branches in the in between the rows, and it will act as a reservoir for the rainwater, act as a reservoir for rainwater storage. And if we properly doing all these practices, then we can get this type of plantation in area where we are cultivating. And another one thing we have to keep into the mind that large cardamom is a CO5 plant, and proper shade, around 50% shade is required for this one. You need not to go for open. If we cultivated an open area, then this type of burning, sun burning may take place to the plants, and ultimately it will lead to the reduction in productivity. And if we properly maintain spacing as well as properly maintain field, it will look like this. And a proper maintained garden, it can produce up to 1 hectare. From 1 hectare, we can get minimum 1000 kg. Although the at present the production is around 330 kg per hectare as a national average actually. But if we properly maintain, then it can go up to more than 1000 kg also. Next is what are the important pests for large cardamom? Actually, if we see that large cardamom, we are having pest. That pest is not causing much damage compared to the diseases. But if in sporadic manner, sometimes leaf caterpillar appears, which is Artona corista, which is causing damage to the plant by eating, scraping the green tissues, means chlorophyll and other parts, and ultimately what happened? Plant is become less productive because their green part is eaten away by the pest, and ultimately it will reduce the production. Another one is stem borer. Stem borer is what they are doing. They are eating away the inner portion of the stem, and ultimately the frost material is coming out from the pseudostem of the large cardamom. How we can control this pest actually? Actually, that Artona corista, what our leaf caterpillar, what they are doing, they are always used to be in assemble. Means they are 100 to 120 numbers, or they are always staying together. And if we see that infestation in the plant in upper surface, then we can very well go and collect that, nipping the leaf, and ultimately we can damage that one. And it almost give 90% control of the leaf caterpillar. And in case of stem borer, we can go for removal of affected stem within when we have seen the hole in the main pseudostem. During the daytime, mostly these adult moths used to rest in the lower surface of the cardamom. They may be collected and killed. These are the organic, actually in under organic practices, an application of 3000 ppm neem oil at 2 ml per liter and neem kernel extract 5 ml per liter also reduce the infestation. And we can go for some application of Beauveria bassiana also in case of leaf caterpillar. But mostly that they are appearing from almost throughout the year. They are having the 2 to 3 generation, and in case of leaf caterpillar. But in case of stem borer, it is having only two generations. So they are appearing into 2 times in the May as well as July, August. So another important diseases are fungal disease is the most common diseases in large cardamom. That is Coleotrichum blight, and it is used to say that because of that blight, Coleotrichum blight, large cardamom is facing a trouble, and it is reducing to a very low meager level in Sikkim as well as Darjeeling area. And this Coleotrichum blight, actually it is caused by Coleotrichum gloerosporates, and it is what happened during the April, May onwards. They appear in the leaf in the like that this blackening is taking place, and slowly it increase, and ultimately what happened in pseudostem, they are producing some sorts of decaying take place in the pseudostem. Ultimately lodging is taking place in the pseudostem. And in Arunachal as well as Nagaland also, these type of symptoms appear in the field if they are not properly maintained. Then another one is Phoma leaf spot. It is not that much important, but in cultivar like our Dulce and Chaune, we are getting this type of leaf spot where it is in more exposed area, means shade is not proper. Next is another one important viral disease. Another one is important is viral disease. The 2 viral diseases we are getting. One is Sirke disease, another is Purke disease. What happened in Sirke disease? In Sirke disease, there are some spots, dot spots appeared, yellow like spots appeared in the leaf, and it is ultimately hampered the production, as well as within 2 to 3 years the whole plantation wiped out. And mostly prevalent in this Sirke is mostly prevalent in Nagaland and Arunachal right now, and Purke is also mostly in Nagaland. Actually, what happened? This Purke is caused by these 2 diseases carried away by viral disease carried away by the aphids. First one is carried away by maize aphids, and second one is carried away by banana aphids, that Pantalonia. That's why it is called as Purke means stunted growth, Sirke means spots in the leaves. So how can we manage the diseases in organic? That field phytosanitation by rogging the disease affected plants, destroy the alternate host plants, because in case of Sirke, if we see that maize as well as chili is having the alternate host of the Sirke virus, and banana is the alternate host of Purke virus. So we have to go for destroy an alternate host plant, as well as to reduce the these both aphids infestation. To regulate shade and thickly shaded area. In some cases, while this Coleotrichum blight, if it is more thick, shade is more than 50%, then the chances of appearance of disease is more prominent in those type of shade. So we have to maintain optimum shade of 50%. Then biocontrol as an Trichoderma viridi 1 kg per 100 gram of FYM, and we have to mix, and we can apply 2 kg per clump. Spray and drenching of Pseudomonas fluorescens 3 to 5 ml, 5 liter per 100 liter of water in April last week and May first week, and repeat again August September to reduce Coleotrichum blight. And application of Bordeaux mixture 1% as prophylactic spray onset of monsoon and after monsoon. Spray dense with the soil with copper oxychloride 50% WP wettable powder at 1 kg or 300 to 400 liter per of water per acre we can apply. That copper oxychloride 6 kg is approved in under organic system, which we have to drench the soil to reduce the load of microbial load in the soil. Then harvesting is taking place from September to December. In lower elevation, it is in the September. In higher elevation, it is in the December. In Arunachal, in Anjao and other parts, their harvesting is taking place during December. But in Longding and other part, it is almost Longding and other part, it is in the September, October. In Nagaland, it is in September, October. In Sikkim, in lower belt, it is in September. But in higher elevation, it is up to December. It is going. When we have to go for this one to capsule, when it turned brown color, then we have to go for harvesting. And the typical is the lower, if the top portion capsule, it's a spike. If the top portion capsule, if we trap it, then it will split, means it is ready for harvesting. And before harvesting, that bearing tillers where the from where the spike arises, this cardamom spike, that tiller are cut at the height of 30 to 40 centimeter from the ground and left for 10 to 15 days to hasten the maturity. The harvesting capsule having 70 to 80% moisture, and curing is done to lower down the moisture level up to 10 to 12%. How curing? What is the role of curing? Curing is doing for reducing the moisture, is because if we the moisture is more, then there will be more that level of infestation of aspergillus and other microbial growth may take place, and aspergillus is having the producing the ochratoxin, which is very detrimental to human health. So we have to go and bring the moisture up to 10 to 12%. While going for that curing, we are doing in traditionally we are doing in people are doing in local bhatti, where color is lost and smoky odor are coming and less market price. But Indian Cardamom Research Institute, they have developed one modified bhatti with flue pipe system, indirect heating system, where original color is retained and unique flavor and more market value. Then I come to next, black pepper. Black pepper, as we know, that black pepper is the king of spices, and it is known as Piper nigrum and families Piperaceae. The volatile oil content is 1,8-chenol, alpha pinene and beta pinene. And why it is used? Mostly antifungal, antibacterial, antioxidant, and flavor and taste. So for that one, so selecting a nursery we have to maintain. So nursery we have to go for selecting the mother plant, age 5 to 12, period October to December, and collecting the shoots in the February, March. So preparing the planting mixer in the nursery, we have to go use coconut husk, soil, vermicompost, mix properly, and we can go for preparing the nursery polybag mixer as well as nursery bed mixer. And solarization of the nursery bed as well as whatever the mixer we are, soil mixer we are preparing, it is utmost necessary to reduce the microbial load as well as soil dwelling insects. And those soil mixer can be fortified with vesicular mycorrhiza, which can enhance the phosphate soluble, having the phosphate solubilizing effect, impact, as well as trichoderma to reduce the disease load, micro load in the soil. And field planting, 2 kg compost plus 125 rock phosphate, which is already a previous speaker also mentioned that allowed in some cases in organic, but in some countries because of stringent load they are not allowing. But in India, rock phosphate is allowed. So in organic system, and we can go for 125 gram of rock phosphate as a basal dose while at the preparing the this one pit. And trichogramma at the rate of 50 gram per pit, and neem cake 500 gram we have to apply in order to protect the plant from phytophthora and nematode. Neem cake we have to take into account while applying neem cake, that neem cake should not be applied directly to the plant base at a press. It has to be composed, means decomposed for a few days, almost 50 to 1 month, so that they are having some antagonistic effect, means alkaloid they will release, which may hamper the plant if we apply in a fresh manner. Then for mature vine, how we are going from managing in the mature vine in the field? 1 kg neem cake, 5 to 10 kg of FOM and trichogramma 550 gram per vine as a basal dose in the month of May, June, and August, September. Regulation said before monsoon, and so material may be used as a mulching material in the plant base. And cover crop like Mimosa invisa, Calapogium can be used for this one. For our reason, we can go for some cover crop like nitrogen fixing cover crop like green gram and all these things within the standard of the black pepper. As we all know that black pepper needs some standard, and standard may be life standard as well as non-living standard. In Indonesia and other part, they are using non-living standard, means concrete pool as a plain standard for raising the black pepper. But in India, we are mostly using as a life standard, and in South India, we are using mostly some standard which are having erect. Directly they are growing up, and we are not having much branches. But in northeastern condition, we are using mostly Arecana as a standard here. Next is pest and disease management in black pepper. Mostly if we go for black pepper is having some disease problem like quick wilt and slow wilt. Is a major disease problem in black pepper. So, and another is pollu disease. Pollu disease means collector trichum disease. That slow quick wilt, there what they are doing immediately, they are reducing that. Phytophthora is the main causal organism, and we can go for application of bioagents as trichoderma and all these things, and restrictions spray of Bordeaux mixture to reduce the disease load. But once disease appeared, means once disease established in the field, it is very difficult to control. So we have to go for prophylactic measure to maintain our plantation. Application of crushed neem seed or check load, slow decline and slow wilt. Then another one is that fruit rot disease of this one black pepper, usually taking place mostly in the nursery as well as in the plantation also, which is azucol disease. They used to say that phytosanitation is a major main way to control the disease, and cultural practices we have to follow. And tolerant variety, there are some tolerant variety are there, and Bordeaux mixture spraying, which will help in managing the fruit rot disease in the nursery. Nursery means that bioagent we can go for Trichoderma viridi and Trichoderma herginium and Bram. All we are applying in the nursery as well as plantation. Then I come to the another crop is most important for the point of view of Northeast is ginger. Ginger is, we know, as a gingivari officially, and under family Gingivaraceae, and volatile oil is alpha gingivarin or gingerol, gingeron, and it is used as a mostly act as a antioxidant against heart disease, anti-cancerous, antimicrobial, enhance gastrointestinal motility. Means it is very good for our health. First, we have to go for seed selection for organic farming. As I already mentioned in earlier, that we have to go for proper seed selection. Select a healthy plot for collection of seed rhizome, because if we are collecting seed from disease affected area, then ultimately it brings the disease to the our cultivation area also. So ultimately we'll be in a loss. So we have to go for or identify from where we are going to collect the seed rhizome. Carefully preserved seed and rhizome free from pest and disease should be selected. And these are some photographs of Rivoi district of Meghalaya, where they are mostly cultivating ginger in a commercial manner. This is how they are selecting the seed material, and it is the size of the seed material 25 to 35 gram around. No need to plant as a whole bigger clump in the main field. And if it is healthy from healthy seeds, then it will come like this. And if it is a collected from disease plots, then there is a chances of appearance of disease after planting. The trichoderma species is, we have to go for seed treatment with trichoderma 5 to 10 gram per kg rhizome for 30 minutes. And after that, we have to sun dry. Sun dry means drying under shade for 1 to 2 days, and cover the rhizome with polythene sheet and expose the sunlight for 2 hours at 48 degree for 30 minutes, so that there is an increase of the trichoderma in the treated rhizomes, which will act as a in inhibiting the growth in fungal disease in future. So land preparation, we are doing bed are 15 centimeter height minimum, because once waterlogging taking place in the ginger, then it will be very difficult to control many diseases in case of ginger. So we have, the bed should be a little high with 1 meter width and on convenient length. Why 1 meter width? Because 1 meter width will help us to remove weed and do proper aftercare to the crops in future. And interspace of between 50 centimeter between the beds we have to give, because one bed is affected means there will be little space, means it will hamper the movement of disease inoculum to other bed. Then buffer zone of 25 meters should be left around a separate plot from the conventional farming. What I already told that earlier in first my taking into precaution, that we have to go for buffer zone with conventional farming and organic farming in order to drifting of chemical from conventional farming. Next is planting and manure. Planting and manure, the shallow pits are go for shallow pits and mix well with decomposed cattle manure 8 to 10 ton per hectare. We have to mix with the soil. Then we have to make shallow pits and apply 10 kg of azotobacter and phosphatica, which is help in enriching the compost. It's a organic manure or organic nutrient enhancer only. There's a microbes only. Then 25 centimeter into 30 centimeter is a spacing between two plant, and 50 centimeter spacing between bed. So we have to maintain this way. What they are doing, they are making the pit. They are directly applying the compost as well as fortified compost in the pit, and in order to reduce the nutrient requirement. And after that, they are planting here, and their fortification is they are doing here with compost. Now, mulching and arting up and weeding, it is most important for ginger, for mulching with green leaves at the rate of 10 to 12 ton per hectare at the time of planting, and repeated at 5 ton per hectare 40 to 90 days after planting. It will reduce the weeds, as well as it will conserve the moisture and enhance the growth of the plant. Ultimately, whatever the green leaves we are using, it will go on decomposing, and it will release the nutrient to the crop. And first earthing up should be done at 45 days after planting, and second earthing up should be done at 120 to 135 days after our planting. And 3-4 weeding, if we are not maintaining proper, we are not doing proper mulching and all these things, 3-4 weeding is required in order to minimize the effect of the weed. Because if we see the among the different pest, insect pest, diseases, and weed is the most notorious competitor of our plant. Almost 35% of total crop lost due to weed, though we are not taking into account in a proper way. If we see the world statistics, weed is the most causing detrimental to the crop compared to other diseases and pests. So we have to go take care of that weeding. Diseases is one is soft rot, that is caused by Pythium, and another one is a bacterial blight. These two diseases are most important and prevalent in our northeast actually. In soft rot, what happened, there is a decaying takes place in the collar zone, and ultimately what happens, the plant that whole plant area become yellow in color. And if we took up that plant, then we will see that there is a decaying in the collar zone, and there is a foul smell in the if we it is affected by soft rot, and the rhizome will be not properly developed, and it will be decaying like this. And in case of bacterial blight, what happened? It's a Ralstonia solanacearum actually is causing the bacterial blight in ginger. They are yellowing in the main field, and if we take out the rhizome, there will be this type of appearance in the rhizome. And Here, what we can differentiate easily in the bacterial blight as well as soft rot. If we go for O stage, as you people might know how to do O stage, just cut in the plant part and dip in the water, plain water for 5 to 10 minutes, then automatically ooze will come out. If ooze is coming out, then it is confirmation that it is a bacterial blight. And once the diseases is taking place in the ginger plots, then it is very difficult to manage the crop in organic line. So first, what we have to do, go for prophylactic, that selected the seed rhizome and from disease-free garden that I already mentioned, and whatever and regular monitoring is required to remove the affected clumps as early as possible. Otherwise, the disease will proliferate like anything, and within short span of time, it will be our whole plot will get damaged. And application of Trichoderma Harzinia will help per 1 kg per bed will help in reducing the incidence of soft rot. And if it is not advisable, to plant ginger consecutively in same field for every year. But I already mentioned that crop rotation is must for ginger and turmeric, because it will affect the same type of weed will come again. It will harbor pest and diseases. So in order to reduce all this bad effect, ill effect, we have to go for crop rotation in the farming system. And ginger and turmeric should not be consecutively grown in the same field. And copper oxychloride to 0.2% checks the rate of disease. If we apply copper oxychloride, this drenching the soil with copper oxychloride, it can reduces the diseases. Next is another one is the pest. Pest is mainly two pest is most commonly prevalent in our northeast. This is shoot borer. Then another one is rhizome scale. Shoot borer is Conogetes punctiferalis, and rhizome scale is causing damage to the plant. Rhizome scale, mostly what happened, they are causing damage to the rhizome infected in the storage condition. It is carried away from the main field to storage condition, and mostly when in the storage, it will affect like this. But Conogetes, what they are doing, they are internal borer. They will burrow inside the stem, and ultimately whole plant look like nutrient deficient or disease appearance, yellowiness appearance. Then for base management also in organic line, we have to go for healthy planting material, pruning and destroying new infested plant during July to August at the 15 days interval. That's why regular monitoring is required. Then another one is neem oil at the rate of 5% neem oil, 3000 ppm or 1500 ppm. You can go for 5%, and timely harvest is another one most important things. Then post-harvest management is in our northeastern part. We just collect the material from the soil, digging out the ginger from the soil and cleaning, manual cleaning, removal the soil particle and separate the mother rhizome. Mother rhizome used to be in bigger in size compared to other newly emerged rhizomes, and those rhizomes should be given in the 2 to 3 days for whatever the soil dwelling microbes as well as some insect pest is adhering to the rhizome, that will go away if we keep in the sun drying for 2 to 3 days. Then we can go for preservation. Then another one is turmeric. That is another one in important, as we know that in northeast more than 250 different species of curcuma is available. Among them, the curcuma longa is known as turmeric, and we are cultivating here. And curcumin is the main ingredient, which is most sought after things nowadays, Western world as well as. It acts as a very good effect on health actually, and it is that's why called as a golden spices. Curcuma longa means turmeric. And if you had heard that golden milk means mixed with the turmeric powder, it is giving golden milk, and it is having boosting up the immunity. It is having anti-inflammatory, hypocholesteric, anti-rheumatic, anti-diabetic, anti-cancerous, and antioxidant property already identified, and there are lots to be identified in the new research. And turmeric cultivation is almost similar to the ginger cultivation in northeast, and similarly they are following here also in northeastern part. But if we see the disease space load, and it is compared to ginger and turmeric disease space is less than ginger. And for field management, apply 200 to 250 to 500 kg of neem cake per hectare equally quantity for ground and castor cake to which will boost the yield, apart from applying the 5 to 10 MT of cow dung manure or compost manure. Spraying of Pseudomonas and soil application of Trichodoma reduces the disease problem, whatever the disease affecting the termite, but it is in very less amount. And neem seed extract reduces the pest problem, whatever the pest appearance mostly that Conogetes punctiferalis used to appear in the turmeric field. Next, most important thing for Northeast is chili. Chili, we know that we are cultivating chili, and most promising chili in Northeast is Bhut Jolokia, then Bardside chili, then Dolle chili. Bhut Jolokia is from Assam, then Nagaland and Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur. And Bardside chili mostly grown in Mizoram. And apart from the other chilies are traditional chilies are there, but these three are gaining popularity in the world market scenario. And it is under capsicum species because capsicum enam is our what we are taking local chili. Capsicum fruticens is Bardside chili. Capsicum sinense is the Bhut Jolokia. So main it is under family Solanaceae, and it is the main active component is capsaicin and capsanthin, and it is carminative, coagulant means anti-blood coagulant, then anti-cancer, pain relief, uses atonic diaspharia. So how it is the ripe one we are selecting and we are crushing and we are collecting the seed, and 1000 to 1500 gram seed is enough for 1 hectare area. 1 hectare means 7.5 bigha, 10,000 meters square. So nursery raising, we have to go for nursery making according to the length. Length is convenient and breadth is around 1 meter and height should be around 10 to 15 centimeter height, so that water will not hamper. So this should be, the nursery soil should be incorporated with 20 kg of per bed, actually well decomposed FYM per bed, and seed treatment with trichoderma at the rate of 10 gram per kg of seeds. And seeds should be kept in the shade for some time. Then after 1 or 2 days after that, we can go for sowing the seed, and we have to irrigate it in between for the proper germination. Then field preparation of the is common in our northeastern part, where we are doing mainly following around 75 centimeter to 75 centimeter in between two plant. And sometimes in case of Bhut Jolokia, and which are luxurious in growth, we are maintaining around going around up to 1 meter into 1 meter. So when we are seed should be, bed should be properly plowed and mixed with the compost. Then we can go for, in some cases we can go for in between applying of compost as well as neem cake and other things. Whatever the things we are going to apply in the, we can apply in the pit itself. Then we can go for keeping in the for some time in the open, so that it, whatever soil dwelling insect and all these things can be removed from that area. And after that we can go for planting. And 20 to 25 tons of FYM per hectare and can be applied, and vermicompost at the rate of 1.5 to 3 ton per hectare alone, or with FYM we are applying for more production. And neem cake 2 ton per hectare during the field preparation we are applying to reduce the disease as well as pest problem. And seedlings before planting, at the time of planting, actually it can be dipped in the azospirillum and PSB culture 2% for 15 minutes, and addition to vermicompost at the rate of 1 kg per square meter 1 month after planting improve the growth and production of the chili. And in northeastern part, chili actually they are planting in mostly 2 seasons, one in Kharif and one in Rabi. In mostly hill area, they are planting in the month of April, May onwards, and in plains area it is in the October onwards up to January. So planting and aftercare, after planting we have to go for planting, we have to directly, not because it is a very succulent plant, so directly not exposed to the sunshine, so it can be cover up little bit, directly not exposed to sun, it cover little the plant so that it can establish properly. After that we can go for irrigation after transplanting subsequent 10 to 15 days, where this cultivating in the plain area. Then mulching is most important for silage, either plastic mulching or green weed mulching, as well as other biomass mulching. So it is most important for production of the chili crop. Main diseases are anthracnose, this Coletorticum. It is creating some spots here in the leaf also, as well as our chili pod. So this causes by Coletorticum species. Another one is leaf curl, mostly causes by viral Gemini virus. Then another one, fungal disease, Sarcospora leaf spot, Sarcospora capsicum. So management, the use of resistant variety, bioagent, and crop rotation, and well drained soil. These are the main management. And to reduce that leaf curl, we can go for managing the Bemisia tabaki, which is creating Bemisia tabaki and aphid, which is carrying the diseases from one plant to another. Or we can go for use of seed from disease-free plant. The insect is mostly aphid, thrips, whitefly, then fruit borer. Aphid they are always living the underside of the leaf, and if we open the leaf, then we can see this type of yellow, as well as this aphid living in the plant under surface. And my thrips are because thrips and mites are another two, and this is the effect. Thrips effect what happens, curling upwards, and mite it is curling downwards. And another one is fruit borer. It is affecting the by eating the causing the borehole in the pod, and it will within one night it can eat away up to 30 different pod. So management, crop rotation, parasitic wasps means trichogramma can manage that fruit borer to some extent, and spraying of neem oil at the rate of 3 ml per liter can minimize the aphid as well as thrips, mite, and whitefly problem. Then harvesting and yield is first batch is up to 65 to 80 days. First batch is ready. We can go for harvesting in batch wise, and it is harvested. Green one is harvested at a table purpose. And for spices, actually I already mentioned in the previous slides that for spices we have to either dried, processed, or all this. So spices, it has to be complete red. 7 to 9 ton per hectare production in case of common capsicum enum, but Bhujjolokia bird's chili around 2 to 3 ton per hectare is production. So if we want to know more information from regarding organic farming, then we can contact these two agencies, National Center for Organic Farming, which is in Ghaziabad, Uttar Pradesh. It is a nodal agency. Then another one regional agency, regional center is there in our Manipur. It is regional center of organic farming. It is situated in Manipur. We can contact this resource center for further information. And the tips for success of organic spices farming is that first is market, according to the market which we have to go for. Then production, certification, and research and extension. These two are most important, because until further proper package of practice we have to develop through research, and extension is the linkage between organic farmer as well as researching. So these combinations are required for successful organic farming. So thank you very much. Hello. Hello. Thank you very much. I have completed, sir. Is there any?
Yeah, we are here. Just you can, sir, you can stop the screen share so that the interaction session we can interact with the participant and the students.
Okay, sir.
You can stop sharing.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you very much, sir. And I was hearing your lecture from the beginning to the end. So it was very nice, and your presentation was very good, and they widely cover all, and even including management. I think you have touched your own subject also, and we could hear more of how to produce and market it, and the problems, and everything in a meticulous way, nice way you have presented. Thank you so much, sir.
Welcome, sir.
For your presentation. Now, participant, please, if you have any query, you can ask him. I'll just, I will just unmute everyone. I'll give this a privilege so you can interact. Okay. So, participant, sir, it will mute yourself also. Like when I give this, allow the participant, and you have to unmute yourself. Okay. Now, participant.
Okay, sir.
Now, if you have a question, you just ask the sir. Sir, they were asking one question. It came in a chat box, sir. Which country we can export the most?
Now, if we see from the point of view of import export, USA is the major consumer of the organic product, followed by USA. European Union is the consumer. So from India, actually, we are exporting to USA as well as European Union, followed by Japan. And you have to, while exporting, we have to see all these things that every country have their own rules and regulation regarding organic. So according to their product wish and according to their norms, we have to go for exporting. Am I clear? Hello?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, sir. Please carry on, sir.
Yeah, I already mentioned that USA is the major consumer of organic product, followed by European Union. So we can think of that USA as well as European Union taking into consideration for export purpose. But we have to, while going for that export oriented production, we have to go for norms. We have to know the norms and legislation where in that particular importing country, because country to country they are differing their organic norms. So USA is USDA, and European Union is also different in norms. Japan also different norms. Every country has their own standard. So according to their standard only, we have to go for export.
Okay, thank you, sir. So participants, if you have any other question, you can directly ask to sir. So
yeah, hello.
there is
Sir,
no question from participants.
hello?
I have a question,
Hello?
sir.
Hello.
Yes, please ask
Yeah,
question.
this is Nirmal Bhatrai from Sikkim. Actually, I want to start one spice production unit, like for in Sikkim. Actually, I am doing some market research and this thing.
Okay.
And firstly, I want to start with turmeric and ginger,
Okay.
like local organic and this thing. And
Yes.
definitely, I'm going to visit ICR very soon also.
Yeah,
Because
please welcome. You are welcome. Actually, we are having in Sikkim, we are having 3 divisions. One is research, one is development, and one is marketing. So whatever your query regarding
actually, my query is this: how can ICR help me out in setting up those
that is, first of all, ICR and ICRI is 2 different institute. ICR is Indian Cardamom. ICRI is Indian Cardamom Research Institute, which is under Spicy Food. And ICR is, ICR is Indian Agriculture Research Institute, the Council of Agriculture Research. So both are 2 different institute. And regarding spices in Sikkim, actually already, as you know, in Sikkim, people are there are 4 or 5 units already coming regarding processing in different parts of Sikkim, in ginger as well as turmeric also.
Yes.
And under Fruity project, if you go for FPO concept, there are around 28 FPOs in Sikkim right now. And under Fruity project, if they are helping, government of India is helping for processing, setup of processing unit. Same kind of processing unit came to Namsai area under Fruity, around 1.5 crores there. Government of India spent for their processing unit. And another one is, I want to give information that Ministry of Food Processing and Industry, they are providing subsidy around 75% to the northeastern states for going for small scale processing unit. Because if we see there in northeast, we are lacking of this one processing units, and whatever processing units established also, they are not functioning properly. So you are most welcome. You come. Definitely, we'll try to help you with our information available, as well as, and Spices Board also, there are some schemes, but it is subsidy is less compared to Ministry of Food Processing.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
And regarding processing units and all these things, I have another one class tomorrow. I'll deal over in that class in a nutshell. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, if any other candidates have any questions, please you can ask. So if there is no questions, then yes, Hariprasad Shetty, please ask question.
Yes, sir. Actually, we have already manufacturing here. We have a processing unit in Bombay, but we are looking for like turmeric and some other spices from Sikkim. So we need the sources where we can get the persons.
Okay, you
can
can
in the major bulk requirement.
Yeah, I understand your point. Then if you want all this information and require in bulk quantity, then please visit to Horticulture and Cash Crop Development Department in Sikkim, under Sikkim government, where that organic state mission of organic is there. So they can give you proper information with how much quantity you will get, and around if you see
if you could share mail ID, something,
Yeah, mail ID and all these things you I can share tomorrow. I'll give it to, because right now I don't have mail IDs, but you can go to websites of Sikkim Organic. Okay, you will get all the details in there itself. And regarding production and
because we have a market in Canada, so there is a requirement.
And another one thing,
because they require, they're in the spices, so there's a strict testing because the aflatoxin and Sudan.
Yeah, Sudan.
So
pardon? Hello. Regarding aflatoxin, already aflatoxin, ochratoxin, and all this that because of not proper storage, that Aspergillus flavus, Aspergillus species, that fungus they developed, and it will produce that toxins. And most European Union and America are stringent about this toxin produced by the fungus growth. And regarding Sudan, actually, it is one type of dye which is mostly used in case of chili to coloring, as a coloring agent. So Indian consignment regarding chili was rejected from USA because of that Sudan dye, actually. So we have to take into account while going for all these points while going for this export market. Am I audible?
Sir. If any other participants have any question, please ask. Please ask questions if you have any doubt. So if participants have no question, then I'll ask sir one simple questions, because we export spices to European countries.
Oh, yes.
And we have neighboring countries with northeastern states.
Yes.
So whether the demand is less, or is there any other problems with the neighboring states with northeastern states?
If we see the neighboring state with northeast, that ginger is mostly in vegetable form. It is going to Bangladesh. Ginger in vegetable stage, but not processed stage. Okay. And regarding tejpata and cardamom also, it is going to Bangladesh. But regarding cardamom, Bangladesh having one tie-up with Bhutan government, and they are directly procuring that Bhutan cardamom to Bangladesh. So less amount of cardamom is going from here to Bangladesh. And apart from this ginger, cumin and other chili, all these things are going to Bangladesh, neighboring in case of neighboring countries, mostly Bangladesh. And regarding other countries like Bhutan and Nepal, they are also not processed item. They are taking as a in raw form mostly.
Okay, sir. So if anyone wants to sell their organic spices to any neighboring countries, how they should proceed?
They have to register.
What are the guiding agencies for that?
Actually, for export promotion, Spices Board is the organization in case of spices. Spices Board is issuing some exporter license. Already I mentioned that we are having more than 400 registered exporter and 200 manufacturing exporter. All this information I have already shared. So in order to be exporter, you have to get the exporter license from Spices Board, and whatever the same commodity, whatever the spices you want to export, you have to test in Spices Board laboratories. In Spices Board, we are having laboratories in different parts of the country, like Delhi, Mumbai, Cochin, Chennai, Calcutta. Okay, so whatever the spices exported at the exporting point, means from the port, mostly it is going by port. So at the port, Spices Board agencies are going there, collecting the sample, and their sample are testing in the Spices Board laboratory. Accordingly, the exporter have to pay some amount for that report. Until and unless those reports are not attached with your consignment, no country will receive your commodity. Okay, and regarding Spices Board, Epida is mostly growing in the form of raw things, and Spices Board in processed spices. India is spices under Spices Board. 52 spices are there. That India is promoting these 52 spices under the Spices Board, and these 52 spices, whatever the exporting and all these things, policy is determining by Spices Board under Ministry of Commerce. So in Guwahati, we are having one regional marketing office.
Okay.
For any kind of assistance, you can. It is in 6 Mile. Our regional marketing office. That marketing office you can contact, and any kind of guidance regarding registration of exporter and all these things, you can get help from that one. Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. So if there is no other question, then sir, please. Yeah. So our associate nodal officer wants to have some.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir, for answering all our queries to our participant and students and the entrepreneur seeker. And really, it will be a motivational talk. And dear participant, so we must all thank him. And many of them, they have written already in the chat box. There was a nice presentation. Thank you so much. Credit goes to you because you have presented in a nice way, sir. And thank you so much, sir. And dear participant, with this, we are ending today's session. Tomorrow, 10 o'clock, it will start promptly. Be there. And all the YouTube links we will be providing you through your email. So please have a look. If anyone has missed, if you want to revise information, it will be available on YouTube. So please watch it. And thank you once again. Before we leave this platform, I'd like to take a photo snapshot. So everyone, please start your video. Please start your video. We would like to take a photo and we would like to see you in the Zoom platform. Start your video. Start your video, please. some of them. Thank you so much. So with this, we will end here. Tomorrow we will see. Okay. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, welcome, sir.